Obviously a tough loss for us today. We knew this was going to be a game that was going to be a tough battle, and it certainly turned out that way. For us, certainly have to find ways to score some goals. We haven't been able to do that early on this year, and you're not going to win too many games scoring 2 goals in 3 games. So we've got to do a better job of creating some offense and finding a way to put pucks in the back of the net. And then there's some things we need to shore up defensively. I was talking to somebody on that last goal, but it looked like we actually won the face-off, and for some reason we're leaving somebody wide open in the slot in OT. So we've got some things that we definitely need to improve upon.
And open up for questions.
Sure. It seemed like Cornell had a lot of trouble trying to work their way across the ice, with a lot of passing lanes being clogged up. I mean, so what did you make out of the way the Red tried to distribute the puck tonight?
Well, I think you got to play with your head up. You got to move the puck, but also the players that are off the puck got to do a better job of supporting it. And I think communication is a big key at this time of year too, especially early on in the season when you're getting used to new players. When you're open, sometimes you got to let players know. And when you've got a team like RPI that does put a lot of pressure on you and pressures the puck, you've got to let players know when you're open. And so we've got to do a better job working hard off the puck to support it. We've got to do a better job of headmanning it and moving it too.
Your thoughts on the way? Again, it seemed that winning the face-offs, the battle went RPI's way today, but how much of a factor does that continue to be in the early part of the season?
It'll be a factor all year long for all teams. It starts with the centerman and winning faceoffs, but also I thought our wingers did a very poor job, and I'm not sure if it was a defenseman or a winger. Again, I'll have to see it on video, but we continue to get beat even when we win a faceoff. We're allowing players to get through and get on pucks quicker than we are. So, as I said last press conference, if you can't win faceoffs and you can't get possession off of faceoffs, it's really hard to control a game.
There was anything to look at in terms of a plus. Paula Voorhees again continued to play exceptionally well.
Yeah, she was great again today. So made some huge saves for us and played real well. So it's a real positive sign. Yes.
Coach, your team had, I think, 2 or 3 checking penalties and another 2 or 3 penalties on top of that. Is the physicality something you tell your players to do, or is it kind of just their nature?
We don't tell them to. We do tell them to stay between their man and the net. We don't tell them to check them. In girls hockey and any hockey, you do have to play the body, but you got to be smart about it. You got to continue to move your feet. You can't pin them. You can't wrap an arm around them. You can't get your stick up around them. So that's again working harder off the puck. You start taking those kind of penalties when you're having to react to them rather than anticipating what's going to happen and getting ahead of it. And as soon as you get that step behind, then you start reaching, then you start having to hit people. So that's where I think we got ourselves in trouble. And again, it's about the speed of the game. It's sort of like the puck movement that we're talking about. It's just one step too slow right now.
Any more questions?
Yeah, Coach, this was the first conference game. Were there any big focus points you preached pre-puck drop?
Yeah, there was a number of things we talked about, like what I just talked about in the last question, playing fast. And that means transitioning fast, it means thinking fast, moving our feet, a lot of little habits. It wasn't so much system stuff that we talked about, it was more about our compete level, being ready to win some battles. We talked about the face-off thing, winning battles off of the face-off, winning battles in the corners, winning battles in front of the net, and being able to play fast. And the other thing that we mentioned was discipline. I thought we did a good job for the first half, and then second and third period, we didn't. And you can see the margin of error is so small in this league that if you do that, we get a goal, we get some momentum, and then we take a bunch of penalties, and they get the momentum back, and they get a goal, and then it's coin flip after that. So
After the second period, you guys were still tied 0-0. Were there any offensive adjustments made in the locker room?
Yeah, we made a few. We talked a little bit about what we were doing in the offensive zone with our Ds. I'm not going to go into too much detail exactly what we talked about, but yeah, we did make a few adjustments, just trying to get more pucks to the net and get more people to the net. But also in the offensive zone, we thought that we needed to change a couple things, so we did, yes.
Cass, just your thoughts on today.
It's frustrating not come out with the win, but at least it's early on in the season. We know we have to work on the little details, and that's what we're going to do, and get back as a team tonight and then be ready to battle again tomorrow. It's over, so can't do anything about it but just learn about our mistakes. So.
How much different did RPI look today versus the times you've played them in the past?
I mean, they were physical as usual, but again, it's our game, so we're supposed to play our style of the game, and we can compare to their team. It's really just how we come out as a team. So we just got to keep pushing. I mean, we worked hard. Now we just got to focus on those details again.
How do you think the freshmen did in their first ECAC game?
I mean, I think they did well. They've been practicing really hard. They came in, prepared at the beginning of the season. Now it's, again, those little details, getting used to the system and getting used to playing with each other as well. Like, we've been practicing for a few weeks, but, it takes time to just getting used to those system and working as a team, and I think moving on will be just fine. We just got to keep battling.
You've been paired with Micah for most of the season. How well has she been developing?
I really like playing with Micah. She's really poised with the puck. She's really easy to talk to on the ice and off the ice. We just read off each other really well, so it's just natural to play together. I mean, I like playing with anyone on the team, but we were paired together and it's working well so far, so I'm really proud of how she's doing so far.
And for today, it was scoreless through 2, so what was the mindset heading back out onto the ice for the third period?
Again, it's every single period is a new period, it's a new game, 0-0, and it's just working as hard as we can and keep pushing. I thought we still had legs, but again, it's those little details that we got to make sure that we keep working on those and putting pucks to the net and capitalizing on all those opportunities that we get. So just got to keep working.
And just your take when Kaitlin scored to put the red on the board first.
I was jumping as usual on the bench. I always have this tendency where I jump before to even score, so I was already in the air when she scored. I was really excited. It was a good goal. I mean, Sydney just saw her right in the middle. She was poised with the puck and just put it in. I was really proud.
How do you rally the team after a tough loss at your tape for tomorrow against Union?
I think we just got to get back as a team. We have a really good chemistry, and I mean, everyone's biking right now. Everyone is moving on. Like, we know what we did wrong, we know what we did well, and just come as a team tomorrow and ready to battle again. It's a new day, and we're ready to take it on.
Kaitlin, what was your impression of how today unfolded?
I think like Cass said, we really need to pay attention to the details. We're getting chances, we're just not capitalizing on them, and the other team's taking advantage of their power plays. We had a number of power plays tonight as well. We're just not banging those back doors in. Capitalizing. We need to work those details out.
What led to the goal that you knocked in early in the third?
Sid made a great pass to the middle. I was actually left wide open in front there, and lots of bodies were in front of the net, so I didn't really do anything. Just put a puck on net, and there's lots of screening in front, so kudos to my teammates for that.
How disappointing was it to have it evened up just so quickly after your goal?
Yeah, they scored on that 5-on-3 there. We did all that we could. Unfortunately, that brought the energy a little bit down. I still think we went out and battled hard straight to the end. Obviously, you want to maintain that or gain that momentum after a goal. But regardless of whether they score a minute after or 3 minutes after, we still need to go out and work as hard as we can to get that next goal and get a safety goal.
Anything else for Kaitlin?
Were you surprised at the way RPI came out for today?
No, they always give us a tough game. I can recall from even freshman year going into overtime with them a couple times. It's always a very physical, strong game. It's never an easy win or loss. Obviously, tough to take tonight as well.
And just your take on tomorrow, the game against Union, but it's in advance of the men's home opener, so a lot of energy. What kind of an atmosphere are you expecting tomorrow?
Hopefully we get a lot of people out. It's always amazing coming out and hearing just everyone, even when we're penalty killing, kill, red, kill. I think that really brings a lot of momentum, and it brings the energy up on the game, no matter whether we're down or up. And so I think if we can get a good crowd out, that'll be awesome.